Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of OilTown here in City Skylines 2, where this big mega metropolis is looking very mega these days. It's almost like we've built a mega nation at this point. The expansions have been real, the money invested has been real right now, and it is slowly becoming some form of a utopia. Now, today's episode is going to be interesting. I want to extend the public transportation line to the brand new island that we're building on in the last episode. I want to take a look at where our money's currently being spent and how we can reduce the expenses for our residents, whether that's reducing tax, offering free public transport, whatever it may be. We are pretty much going to do it to make this the best place to live. Right, as the game slowly kind of bugs out as I'm in free cam mode right now. We're also going to take a look at trying to create a bit of a megatropolis on this little island over here. We kind of did some zoning and it's gone great, but it's not what I want. It is not what I want. So, as we are slowly bringing the series to an end, guys, and a new series will begin, we're going to make sure that OilTown is forever remembered as the great nation that we created it to be. And if you have enjoyed the series and want to see more of it, then please make sure you smash that like button down below, subscribe if you are new, so you get notified when more episodes do come out. Now, we did some expansions. We're back within the brand new patch where things have slightly changed and it is very interesting. We now have indication of lots of homeless people living within OilTown, but we can't have that happen, boys. We know, sorry, we can't have that happen. Now, the first thing that we're going to do today is we're going to bring and extend our public transportation over to this island so people can get over here. I kind of made it a little bit more car friendly. We've got some car, parking over here. But ultimately, as time goes on and the people who own the cars do die, so will the cars that came with them. So that is something that we're going to have to look towards doing. And if I jump into public transport now, we'll start with this and then we'll make our way further. Now, I still can't get to grips with all the brand new icons. It does make it feel completely all out of place. So I'm going to start with one here. I'm actually going to drop two in here on kind of opposite ends of the island, so they've got a little bit of kind of, I might just put it here instead. They've got a bit of a choice in which stop they can kind of get on and off from. So if I go into underground mode then, which I now am, and I'm just going to run this as a pretty much, I could just bring it to there and then bend it in. There we go. And all I've got to do is connect it to this and extend the current line. So providing all goes well, right, we should be able to get this to not have any issues. Now, it's easier said than done most of the time, but that has been problemlessness. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, guys. But let me extend this right now. So, we're going to quickly pause it. We're going to grab you and we're going to drag you all the way in. So, the reason I'm pausing it is so the existing passengers... Did that move over? The existing passengers, once I've re-updated the stops, do not disappear. That is what we're going to try and attempt right now. Right, that goes there. And then we'll have to add in all the individual. It's easier to kind of do it on the side there. Makes a little bit more sense. Right, there we go, there we go. And there to there. So everyone waiting will just readjust themselves as they're now able to go on different sides. They might have to readjust what side of the platform that they're currently on. Right, that ticks off the public transport over here. It's not a great network, it just allows them to access the island via public transport, making life a little bit easier. Now, why do we have pipework here as an issue? Wait, what? Huh? Right, let me delete you. And then let's do some more pipework. That's weird, isn't it? Right, there we go. You guys are all good now. Even though you were all good anyway, that was a weird indication to kind of low-key have. So, now they figure out, well, once they figure out public transport is available to kind of get over there, let's take a look at our expenses then. So, I think we did reduce taxes a while ago to 2%. Now, in our budget, we have a ridiculous surplus of money coming in every month. 64 million a month is going into our bank account right now, which is absolutely ridiculous. So with that, why don't we start reducing the taxes? Now, I could reduce the taxes so much to the point where I'm paying people to live here. I mean, I could pay up to 10% of the monies for people to live here right now. Will that solve homelessness, or would that just force so many more people to move into OilTown? I don't know. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it on 0, so it's completely free to live here right now. So that will give everybody a lot of spare change in their pockets. Now, we do generate money, and we do need to still generate money to a certain extent, but I don't need to generate the cash that I'm currently generating. So, when it comes to industry then, we are currently maxing out everything that we do not want to produce, okay? This has been the whole thing to do with OilTown at this point. It's all built on the oil industry. Anything else we kind of have to import. Now, with that said, I think it's now kind of reasonable enough to kind of reduce the exports. Now, granted, this is how I make my money, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it all down to 4% of what we currently produce. So the businesses themselves have more money. They can flourish a lot better in OilTown right now, and theoretically also be able to provide a better living wage for our employees, as there's more profits for them if they choose to trickle it down to the employees, even though the employees have pretty much rent-free. Office will keep as it is. Commercial, I think we might bring commercial down as a blanket 8% is what we'll do. So that kind of helps out the taxation. Okay, that'll help out the taxation. It's brought my monthly balance down from 64 to 43, so we still got a lot of money to play around with. And with that then, I think we should kind of invest it into our services. So death care and healthcare is maxed. Garbage management, we'll also max that as well. Education, hold on. Now, if I change the education, does it provide more education? You know what I mean? I don't know. I actually don't really know about that one. So 84,000 on the elementary. If I put it to 150, I don't think it provides more spots, does it? I'm not sure if that's a thing or not. 84,800. That number just increase? I've got no idea. No idea, boys. No idea. I don't know. I don't know what the budget does in terms of that. I think it does say down here, though. It's maintenance and resources, whatever that means. Fire will increase as well. I'm just going to increase all of my budget because I've got the money to spend at this point. Same for public transportation. Parks and recreation increase. Communications we might as well increase. And landscaping we can't really do much with. So, I forgot about the fees. So if I up the budget and I reduce the fee to 0%, which pretty much is giving people free electricity and free water and sewage, and then we're going to increase our road budget. That is a lot of... I've changed everything dramatically. So I've now taken $40 million a month off my profit and reinvest it back in to the citizens of OilTown. Am I not a good mayor? Or a dictator at this point? I don't know. I'll let you guys decide. But that's going to make everybody so much more happier. It really, really is. Why have I now got power issues? Because everyone now has got free electric. They're now deciding that they can turn their lights on? Maybe. Maybe. But that is amazing. So I wonder how that will now change things in general. Will it now create more homelessness? Will it reduce it as everyone's able to afford a house? Will it create problems in the job market? Will more people become unemployed because they don't feel like they need to work? Will I have a big influx of people trying to move in because it is a beautiful utopia? So many questions. So many questions. But the big one that I want to answer right now is, boys, how many skyscrapers can I fit on this little island over here? Well, we're going to start with the offices because these are always the biggest ones, boys. And I don't mind about what we're going to be deleting. I'm just going to fit in where I can fit in these big, tall skyscrapers. Now, some of them are a little bit too big, but that's okay. I can fit them where I can. It is what it is. Just going for the jugular on most of this stuff. I just want to go nice and big. Right, there we go. Oh my goodness, it's already looking kind of chunky, isn't it, boys? Some of this stuff won't go in because of the placements of the land, because the land does slightly slip away in areas. The round office, does that even make sense, the round? I want skyscrapers, boys. Big skyscrapers is what I want. This is probably the wrong thing to do, isn't it? It's probably going to be the wrong thing to do. Alright, some tallish buildings, but that's not really much. So this is the start of it right now. Oh, I like how it's gone red on this. That's interesting, isn't it? That is a really big tower. 700 jobs. Yikes. Now, we do have other buildings that we could utilize as well. We do need to take a look at some of the commercial side of things, because we do have quite a large commercial demand. Providing other industry jobs is not also a bad idea. But let's just see right now. It was 9.7%. It's now... Oh, it's nearly gone down 1% in just those buildings alone. Okay, that's interesting enough. That is interesting enough. And it's also now starting to increase a little bit of the residential. So, it's a tricky one because, yeah, I do need to provide more residential spacing, but at the same time, it grows the residential and more employees come. So I feel like I'm kind of stuck in the vicious cycle of still creating unemployment. Now, that building didn't provide much jobs. That one provides over 500. That one provides 200. That's 190. Ooh, 470, but this one's 700. If we can ever fit enough people in there. That's 500, though. That's the Imperial State Building. Now, that Imperial State Building, where's that one? Wait, where is that one? Wait, am I blind? Oh, it's right there. It's right here. Now, what if I was to squeeze? And what if I use a little bit of anarchy? Anarchy can be my friend at the moment. And I just throw in a couple of these bad boys. Because of the potential jobs it does provide. That there is the Stylus Tower. This is the Skyline Palace. So the Stylus Tower, which again is a fairly decent sized building, gets thrown in there. And the Skyline Palace, which is ridiculously huge, is all I'm going to say. Right, I don't think I'm going to squeeze another one of them in right now. But that is now coming along from a distance. Oh, from a distance, it looks really big. But it's all office jobs, by the way. It is all office jobs right now. So with those few additionals thrown in right now, we're back to 9% unemployed. I feel like it is a case where you just cannot win. You just ultimately cannot win. Now, Transformer. is bringing a lot of power over here, so we might need to think about dropping some form of a transformer station down. Let me just extend this road going this way, because there's definitely space there to kind of squeeze a few more bits and bobs in. Bring you down. I'm going to make that go around the edge here. And then also just come up there. Just there for a second. And then I will squeeze a few more in. But let me just kind of go over the top again. So there's another one. This is the wrong thing to be doing, isn't it? Bam. Multi-story. I mean, I do also need to kind of, at the same time, squeeze in some different size buildings, because it's a bunch of skyscrapers surrounded at this moment in time by a bunch of smaller buildings. So wherever we can kind of just slightly adjust and throw something down to kind of mimic a taller building would be great. Can I get two to go sideways there? Bam, bam. So I am relying on a lot of anarchy. Okay. I am relying on a lot of anarchy right now. It's weird how all those buildings have decided to be the red variant of the building. That's interesting as well. Right, let's sort out the power issue that we are having. I could place down another transformer, which is not a problem. But ultimately, it doesn't solve the issue because we will become overloaded. So that will work there. But as much as we can bring some power out. Is that going to work? We're going to be completely overloaded on this island in general anyway. So this island will need its own transformer station. So if I just throw that there for just a second. And then bring this over. That should also kind of divert, and then we can rest a little bit easier on the old power front. Now, before you say this looks ridiculous, I will agree with you. It does look ridiculous, okay? It's not really bringing down my unemployment, but the reason for that is it's the wrong type of jobs I'm providing. See, I'm providing a lot of jobs for the highly educated, the well-educated, and it's not those jobs I should be filling. To fill those, you need to educate more people. That's just how it works. I need to provide poorly educated, uneducated, and educated jobs, unless I educate everybody. But that is easier said than done. Are people walking on here right now? Folks, you do realize I've implemented public transport. You don't need to walk. What are they doing? Right, we're going to provide housing right now, okay? On the old signature building. Now, this can be just as crazy with the tall buildings that we can also now squeeze in. So if I drop you there, and what other style buildings we've got? We got these big boys. I'm trying to do different orientations of them so they don't look so ordinary, if that makes sense. Just going to do what? No, actually, I'm not going to do one of them. I'll do one of these. And I'm just playing around with different styles. Try and turn it all around. Now we're really creating stonks, okay? Now we're creating stonks, which will provide a lot of residential in this area. So I'm going to also have to take a look at doing schooling systems and whatnot. No, I'm only picking between 3 variants right now of these tall skyscrapers. So I might need to play around with a few different styles. But that's created even more of a megatropolis right now. This looks ridiculous on so many levels, okay? But it doesn't matter though, because with the rent being 0, anybody can move into these. Okay, my unemployment, no, sorry, not my unemployment, my homelessness did slightly reduce. Unemployment is slightly reducing. And what about the ones that do a little bit of mixed? So I could maybe take a look at creating a wall of these little buildings there. And what do they provide? They provide some jobs, and they also provide housing as well. Right. Okay. So a lot of these zone houses will have to kind of delete themselves shortly. So if I try and fast forward as much as I can. And that's pretty much it. I'm probably going to drop in this vicinity. But, like I said, it will then start moving in so many more people because there is a lot more housing availability. But we need to take a look at education. It's my biggest issue. It's my biggest problem. Okay? Now, we can do as much as we can do. But there's not really much I can do. Now, we need to look at ways in which we can provide a lot more educational facilities. How big was the 1,500 for the elementary school? I don't think I can kind of get any close to that with the new stuff. The Japan elementary does 1,000. The Deutschland one does 1,500. And how big is that? Now, is that 1,500? It's 2,000 after the upgrade, isn't it? So, 2,000. And how many do I require? Just to meet the capacity. Wow, like 30,000 schools. Is that possible? Right. This goes against everything I've ever done in the game right now. But for the simple fact that I need elementary schools, that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Once fully upgraded, 22, 24, 25, 26, 28, 29, no, 30. I'll do 32. Right. So all I've got to do now is go through each and every single one and give them their upgrades. Now, I am not happy about this. This is now just me providing a load of buildings built together for capacity. That is it. I am forcing everybody to now utilize... I mean, they're already maxing out these schools. The public transport to get over here. It's a good job we've got 2 stops. We might need to provide more vehicles on the line. But do you think this alone will be enough elementary schools? This is to try and educate more people. Rather than provide lower jobs, educate them to increase their job offerings. So that alone there, boys, gives me 118,000 capacity for just elementary school alone. So I'm well within my capacity at this point. Now, I want to do the city high schools because I need to provide a couple of these. So I think 3 might be okay. It's mainly elementary schools. That puts me into 20,000 for high schools. University and colleges are okay. But by that logic, that is how many more I needed. Is that not ridiculous? I feel like that is absolutely ridiculous right now. Now, the line that does come through this way is subway line 1. It goes all the way down to the harbour over here. So I'm going to bring out right now, let's see. Yeah, I do the full 12 vehicles. I'm also going to change the ticket price to free. So all public transport is going to be free. The only well, I say all public transport, all subway lines are going to be free. So that was subway line 1, subway line 2. How do I go back to the lines? Subway line 3. Wrong button. Subway line 4. And then subway line 5. All free. There we go. All of them are now completely free for all our residents. It'll probably create mass then movement and mass usage of the transportation network, but that's all good by me. Right, we're overloaded again. Electricity is bottlenecking, boys. And why is it bottlenecking? If I drop a transformer station there first, will that help us in any bottlenecking situation? I think we could maybe... I mean, it all depends on where it's going in reality, right? So, another transformer station. If I drop one... just there, for example. Will they use that one? And, I mean, it's taking power back. It no longer needs to take power back, does it? So the bottlenecking is to do with just being generically over here. Oh, okay. Right. It's because it's taking power back. Right, that'll play a big part, and that will reduce those bottlenecks. We've got one over here. So let me drop in one there. That'll just help out there slightly. Any other bottlenecks that we don't know about yet? No, I think we're okay for now, right? Yeah. I think we're okay for now in that kind of regard. Very good, very good. But this is ridiculous, okay? I'm not... Oh, no, we're not okay. Bottlenecks for days. Bottlenecks for days. Right, we'll first start then with implementing transformer station here. We're just going to ease up the distribution of the power. So another transformer station will drop here. Right, surely those additional transformer stations right now is more than enough to stop bottlenecking. They're strategically placed, is the better way to put it. Right, so where are we at right now? Unemployment, I mean, homelessness has definitely reduced quite a lot. Unemployment is now down to 7.5%. And the number I've employed is dramatically increasing, but that's corresponding with the amount of new people moving into the island, because we did provide so many more housing facilities. Look at the amount of people now moving in. It is getting slightly out of hand, the amount of people. Oh, we got bottlenecks over here right now. Damn, son. Let's see what happens when you make electricity free. Everybody wants to use it. Everybody wants to use it, boys. Right, it's probably not the best place for it, but I'll put a few more down. Do one over here just to spread the load. There we go. There we go. Everybody wants the electricity. There is not a zero complaint now. Apart from small homes, there's not a zero complaint. Well, there's not many complaints. We can see them whinging and whining and moaning about. Very good, very good, very good. Passengers waiting there. It'll take time for them to travel through our network. But forgetting that anyway. Okay, forgetting that anyway. The education side of it is okay now. We've got the capacity everywhere. So it's just a case of then, once they get educated, they're able to apply for the higher paying jobs, which the highly educated jobs are getting snapped up pretty quick. Now, yes, unemployment is reducing, but it will start increasing as the amount of people moving in are... It's not stopping, okay? The amount of people moving in, that number is not stopping right now. Did I get rid? No, these guys don't even like what's going on right now. I got rid of a little section there because of noise complaints, but it's just moved the noise complaints further down. You can't win. You honestly can't win. So, it'll be interesting if we could pick like a random person. Can we find a random person just walking the streets? We might have to go to like a downtown area. Let me go somewhere like over here. Random person. You are the chosen one. Haley Hooper. Child, poorly educated. Going to school, household wealth, wealthy. These are parents, yes. They are now considered wealthy. Where's this for? You're on the bus, baby. You're on the bus right now. You're going home. So where's their house? So they live in the tower block there, in the shade. Oh, that's quite far away, isn't it? Interesting. And they're considered wealthy. Very interesting. Very interesting. Right, my population's getting slightly out of hand now, isn't it? It is getting slightly out of hand. Unemployment is now increasing. It is never ending, boys. Never ending. Do you think that we need to create an artificial island where we send everybody to work and we provide a ridiculous amount of jobs? Let me know what you think, guys. But after all those changes... Hold on. After all those changes, I'm now 110 million a month up. How have I now earned more money from taxes? Office tax. Ah, because I did place down a bunch of those brand new signature buildings. That makes sense. Wow. Okay. Okay. That makes complete sense. But I think the only way to really induce unemployment, if you want to travel down that road, is really taking a look at creating an island that just literally has nothing but available jobs. A lot of them for the lower education kind of places, just to really, really reduce it. But as you can see right now, doesn't matter what I do, the population is growing. Apart from now, where the population is meant to be decreasing, but it's definitely increasing. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Guys, we'll end it here. Let me know what you think about an employment island. But until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.